right, everyone buckle up. We're going deep today, deep diving into reports straight from the front lines.
Fresh from the trenches, you could say.
Exactly, yeah. We've got two seasoned Helldivers, Thornton and Cloud Plays, sending back intel that has, it has commands scratching their heads.
It's always fascinating to get these unfiltered glimpses into what's really happening out there.
For sure. These aren't the polished briefings we usually get.
Raw, uncensored, straight from the thick of it.
Yeah. Let's kick things off with something that's been, it's been a hot topic lately. The progression system.
Ah, yes. I've heard rumblings.
It seems like a lot of veteran Helldivers are hitting a wall. I mean, they've maxed out their levels. Samples are piling up, requisition points are practically overflowing.
I can see how that would be demoralizing.
Thornton summed it up pretty well, actually. He said, and I quote, "Everybody's starting to care less about the distinguished service medals. It's like everything is starting to lose its value. Requisition slip samples, even those medals. Most of us are stuck at level 150.
A stagnant veteran force? That's a problem.
Right, it impacts morale effectiveness. If our most experienced soldiers aren't feeling challenged, that weakens our entire war effort.
We need to find ways to keep them engaged and motivated.
Absolutely. Now, for some potentially good news, reinforcements might be on the horizon. Thornton managed to snag some images of what appear to be Tier 6 ship modules.
Tier 6? That's intriguing.
Yeah. And get this, each one has a flag on it.
A flag? What could that signify?
Nobody knows yet. Maybe special abilities, faction affiliations, or even entirely new combat mechanics.
We need to analyze the possibilities. If we can understand what these modules offer, we can adapt our tactics, prepare for a whole new level of warfare.
Thornton tried to get some answers from the developers.
And?
Tight-lipped. Very tight-lipped. He did manage to get a quote from Too Lazy, one of the lead developers. He said, there are two possible explanations. Either they're having trouble with the coding and balancing, which I doubt because adding new modules shouldn't be that difficult, or they're waiting to release them with the full Illuminate army, which seems more likely.
Syncing the release with the full Illuminate force. That implies a significant escalation of the conflict.
Right. These modules could be vital to counteracting their advanced technology and tactics.
We need to be ready.
And it's not just ships that are getting potential upgrades. We've recovered some enemy tech data, suggest the possibility of a science officer.
Interesting. Tell me more.
Plus all the chatter about expensive weapon customization options.
So not only a new type of soldier, but potentially a whole new way to equip ourselves.
Precisely. Imagine being able to tailor our weapons to specific enemies or battlefields.
A science officer who can unlock advanced research paths, weapons designed to exploit the weaknesses of the bug hordes or pierce the heavy armor of the Illuminate. It could revolutionize the way we fight.
It's exciting stuff, but there's some kinks to work out.
Oh.
Thornton mentioned these new mission types, securing intel packages. Sounds like a great way to gather information, turn some rewards.
New mission types are always welcome. Keeps things fresh, provides crucial intel.
There's a catch, though. Apparently these intel packages only reward requisition points.
Ah, I see the problem. Not very helpful for those already at the cap.
Exactly. We need rewards that incentivize participation, especially among the veterans.
Perhaps a system to convert requisition points into other resources, or maybe even commendations for exceptional service.
Okay, get this, Thornton mentioned something called Legendarium.
Legendarium. I haven't heard that term before.
Apparently it's a resource mine from some early expeditions. The rumors are it's connected to the upcoming platoon system.
Platoons. This could change everything.
Right. Imagine entire platoons specializing in particular combat roles, coordinating strategies, pooling resources.
And if this Legendarium allows for platoon-wide upgrades, the possibilities are immense. Think of the strategic depth, the coordinated power.
From a bunch of brave but scattered individuals to a true fighting force, the platoon system could truly shift the tide of this war.
It has that potential. But before we get too carried away, let's address a rather unsettling development Cloud Plays report, the black hole threatening the Meridian Galaxy.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
It's getting closer and closer to Mordash.
Mordash.
A strategic planet. The devastation a black hole could inflict is unimaginable.
So we're talking a potential loss of a key strategic planet.
We need to increase surveillance in the region, prepare for a potential evacuation of personnel and assets.
And if a black hole wasn't enough to worry about, how about this? Cloud Plays also reported massive skeletons on Fori Prime, way bigger than any Hive Lord skeletons we've seen before.
That's disturbing. What could leave behind bones that massive?
A new enemy type, a previously unknown subspecies of Hive Lord, remnants of some ancient conflict.
We need answers. More investigation is crucial. This could have serious implications for our long-term strategies.
Fori Prime seems to be a hotbed of trouble right now. Cloud Plays also mentioned that the current major order's objectives there seem to be bugged.
Bugged? How so?
Causing confusion and frustration among the Helldivers deployed there. No one seems to understand the progress bar of what this balloon research is all about.
We need clear objectives and reliable progress tracking if we want to maintain morale and focus.
Absolutely. High Command needs to address this ASAP.
Agreed. The liberation of Fori Prime is crucial to our strategic goals.
On a more positive note, Cloud Players did share a helpful tip.
Oh,
Seems turning the bloom setting back on can significantly improve landmine visibility.
interesting. Small detail, but it could save lives.
Right. Every bit of information helps in this war.
It highlights the importance of adapting to the ever-changing conditions of the battlefield. Sometimes the most effective solutions come from unexpected places.
Well said. So there you have it, folks. Our deep dive into the latest reports from the front lines. What a ride.
Indeed. We've uncovered potential for exciting new upgrades and strategies, but also faced unsettling developments and ongoing challenges. The war for Super Earth is far from over.
Every action we take, every strategy we employ, has a significant impact on the outcome. We're about to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll delve deeper into what this all means for us as Helldivers and what strategic priorities we should focus on to ensure victory in this war for Super Earth's freedom.
So where do we go from here with all this intel? I mean, what does it mean for us boots on the ground?
It means we need to be ready for anything adaptable, resourceful, and most importantly, vigilant.
Always vigilant.
Especially with what's coming down the pipeline. It seems like this war is about to get a whole lot more intense.
It's certainly not going to get any easier.
But that's what we signed up for, right? We're Helldivers. We dive headfirst into chaos, armed with democracy and a whole lot of firepower.
That's the Helldiver spirit, and it's that spirit that will see us through.
You know, reading these reports, I'm constantly impressed by the ingenuity and resilience of our fellow Helldivers.
Oh, absolutely.
Cloud Plays told a story about a Helldiver who used a hell bomb to clear out a terminated hole. Talk about thinking outside the box.
Makeshift solutions for unexpected problems. It's what we do best.
It highlights the importance of teamwork, too. We're stronger together, supporting each other, adapting to challenges as a unit.
Couldn't agree more.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or rather, the alien menace lurking in the shadows, the Illuminate.
Ah, yes, the ever-present threat.
And from what Thornton's intel suggests, they might be making their move sooner than we think.
We've only had a taste of what they're capable of, a few skirmishes here and there, but the full force of the Illuminate, that's a different story altogether.
We need to be ready for their advanced weaponry, their cunning tactics, their absolute determination to crush democracy.
And their technology. We can't underestimate their technological superiority.
It makes you wonder about those Tier 6 ship modules, the ones with the flags. What if they hold the key to combating the Illuminate threat?
It's certainly possible. Perhaps they unlock specialized countermeasures, or give us the firepower we need to break through their defenses.
We need to prioritize research and analysis of any new technology that could give us an edge against them.
Agreed. Their defeat is paramount to securing Super Earth's future.
And while we're on the topic of threats, we can't ignore those colossal skeletons on Fori Prime. I mean, what kind of creature could leave behind bones that massive?
It's a chilling thought, isn't it? A stark reminder of how much we still don't know about the galaxy.
We're venturing into the unknown, and we need to proceed with caution.
Further investigation is a must. We need to understand the nature of this potential threat and how it affects our long-term strategies.
So where do we go from here? What are our priorities? Do we fortify our existing defenses, push harder into enemy territory, or pour more resources into research and development?
It's a difficult question to answer. Each approach has its own set of risks and rewards.
Fortifying our defenses might seem like the safest bet, but it could give the enemy time to regroup and strengthen their forces, pushing aggressively into their territory risks, overextending our resources and leaving us vulnerable. And focusing solely on research and development, while essential in the long run, could leave us unprepared for immediate threats.
We need to carefully evaluate our strengths and weaknesses, analyze the enemy's capabilities, and then prioritize our objectives based on the most urgent needs and the potential long-term impact.
It's a delicate balancing act.
Indeed, but one that we must master if we are to succeed in this war.
You know, Thornton mentioned the need for a more robust progression system. He argued that simply increasing the level cap wouldn't be enough.
I agree with him on that point.
We need something that keeps veteran Helldivers engaged and motivated. Something that gives them a tangible sense of accomplishment and contribution to the war effort.
A stagnant and demotivated fighting force is a recipe for disaster. We need to find ways to recognize and reward the sacrifices and expertise of our most seasoned Helldivers.
Whether it's through new equipment, specialized roles, or even prestigious commendations, we need to make sure that those who have dedicated their lives to defending Super Earth feel valued and appreciated.
Recognition and respect are crucial for maintaining morale.
You know, a little healthy competition could go a long way too.
Oh, how so?
Imagine platoon rankings, special challenges, maybe even interdivisional tournaments, something for Helldivers to strive for Something to brag about back at base.
A bit of friendly rivalry can certainly boost morale and foster a sense of camaraderie. It could also encourage innovation on the battlefield as teams try to outdo each other and push the limits of what's possible.
Iron sharpens iron, as they say. Or in our case, Helldiver sharpens Helldiver.
An apt analogy.
But all jokes aside, we can't forget that the real enemy isn't each other. It's the forces that threaten our democracy.
Absolutely. Our shared commitment to freedom, our unwavering belief in the principles of Super Earth, those are the driving forces behind everything we do.
We need that unity and determination to overcome the challenges ahead and secure a lasting peace.
It's what separates us from the enemy. They fight for conquest and domination. We fight for freedom and for the future of Super Earth.
We've covered a lot of ground today. New threats, promising upgrades, and some serious strategic decisions to ponder.
We've only scratched the surface.
But before we wrap things up, I want to touch on something that might seem small, but is actually incredibly important. Situational awareness.
Ah, yes. A critical skill for any Helldiver.
Remember Cloudplay's tip about turning the blown setting back on to spot those landmines? It's a perfect example of how paying attention to details, even seemingly small ones, can make all the difference out there.
Situational awareness is paramount to survival. It's not just about avoiding landmines. It's about constantly evaluating your surroundings, anticipating enemy movements, and adapting your tactics on the fly. It's about being present, alert, and ready to react to anything.
Well said. So to all our fellow Helldivers listening, remember, stay sharp, stay focused, and never underestimate the importance of those little details. Because in this war, every action, every detail can tip the scales of victory. It really makes you think about why we're out here, doesn't it? I mean, it's not just about fighting bugs and robots.
No, it goes beyond that.
It's about something bigger. It's about protecting our way of life, ensuring that democracy survives in a galaxy that, a galaxy that seems to be getting more hostile by the cycle.
It's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day, the constant deployments, the ever-present danger. But we can't lose sight of what we're fighting for, the principles that make Super Earth what it is.
Those principles, they're what unite us. They give us the strength to face these overwhelming odds, push back against the forces that want to see Super Earth crumble.
It's about more than just brute force, too.
Right.
It's about strategy, about using our intelligence and our ingenuity to outmaneuver and outsmart the enemy. It's about leveraging every advantage we have from our technology to the spirit of every single Helldiver.
And speaking of advantages, let's circle back to that platoon system. I mean, it feels like a real game changer, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Imagine entire platoons, each with specialized skills and equipment, working together towards a common objective.
We could have platoons dedicated to reconnaissance intel gathering, others focused on heavy assault, still others specializing in support roles, medics, engineers.
Think of the impact: striking with precision, overwhelming force, adapting our tactics on the fly to exploit the enemy's weaknesses.
And with platoon-wide upgrades funded by that Legendarium resource, we could enhance our capabilities even further, boost our firepower, improve our defenses, ensure the survival of more Helldivers.
It's almost like we're building a whole new army, more organized, more adaptable, more effective than anything the enemy has ever encountered.
And with the leadership and strategic brilliance of individuals like yourself, I have no doubt this new army will be a force to be reckoned with, a true champion of freedom.
Well, thank you for the vote of confidence. But it's not about any one person. It's about the collective effort of every Helldiver out there, from the newest recruit to the most seasoned veteran.
Indeed. It's about the courage and the commitment to democracy that burns bright in the heart of every Helldiver. That is our true strength, our ultimate weapon against tyranny.
Well said. So to all our listeners out there, whether you're on the front lines or back at HQ, keep fighting the good fight. Stay sharp, stay strong, and never give up hope.
Never give up hope.
Because together we will prevail. We will secure a future for Super Earth where democracy reigns supreme.
And that brings us to the end of another deep dive. We've explored the challenges we face, the opportunities that lie ahead. But we leave you with one final question. What will you do with this knowledge? How will you use it to make a difference in this fight for Super Earth?
The fate of our world rests in your hands, fellow Helldivers. Choose wisely, act decisively, and never forget what's at stake. Until next time, stay safe out there and remember, democracy is worth fighting for.